Pearl Harbor Day to remember. 4-year-old's Pearl Harbor memory. All of a sudden, you hear planes. Pearl Harbor Memorial. President Franklin D. Roosevelt said that December 7, 1941 will be a date which will live in infamy. For the survivors and veterans of the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor, it is a day of remembrance. Born and raised in Hawaii, Abby Laterza, 85, was there that fateful day. What I remember about the war is that I was 4 years old and my brother Samson was 2, she said. She and her brother were playing. Her father had gone to work delivering airplane fuel for the planes stationed at Pearl Harbor. Laterza was used to hearing planes flying overhead because she lived near the flight path of Pearl Harbor and Hickam Airfield. We didn't think about it. Then, all of a sudden, it became very, very loud, and a lot of planes, she said. She and her brother got scared when the house began to shake. I don't know what that is, but I'm afraid, Laterza remembered saying to her brother. Let's hide under the bed and maybe whatever it is will go away. The Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor began at 7:55 that morning.
The entire attack took 1 hour and 15 minutes, leaving 2,403 American service members and civilians dead and another 1,178 injured. After a while, the loud noise stopped. You had no cell phone, no TV back then. We didn't know what was going on, Laterza remembered. Sometime later she learned that Pearl Harbor was attacked and all about the heroics of her father who leapt from his truck to alert GIS to the attack. Hawaii immediately came under martial law. After then, our lives were changed. Every time the sirens went on, we had to get to the shelter. You'd have to go to the shelter and put on a gas mask. Then, you sat there until the all-clear siren came on, she said. Most of Hawaii's food came from overseas. But fewer ships would be transporting supplies during the war. We had rice paddies, so we ate a lot of rice. We didn't raise cattle, but we did have some pigs and chickens. As food became scarce, families had to sign up for a ration book. It contained stamps that were exchanged for food and goods. Hawaiians had to stand in long lines to get routine items. We got powder that you added to water and that was milk, she said. They had this piece of lard with a coloring thing that you added and that was your butter. I never tasted hamburger meat until after the war. Asked to dance after the war. Laterza and the rest of the islanders lived that way until the war ended September 2, 1945, 4 years later. Celebrating the end of World War II, Laterza's community had a big picnic and they asked her to dance. I understood what it meant. Because when you live it, you understand that patriotism that rises from the destruction and despair. Laterza went on to support the troops by dancing on USO tours. Both of her brothers joined the military at 17 and went on to serve in Vietnam.